This is the greatest orc in the world against the second greatest night elf in the world. This is nothing but fireworks, and we finally are allowed to be in-game again. Oh, this feels good. Just like the sub feels good by For Real PJ, 20-month, new year, old love, back to Warcraft and Neo. Thanks for everything so far. We thank you, my man. And that was a little odd, but all right. We're ready to kick things off on map number 1. Blade Master it is for Lynn on the right hand side. We got LawLiet on the left hand side, opting with the Keeper on Echo Isles 2. Interesting to see that. And it will be interesting to see the entire match here because there's so much variety recently in the meta of Orc versus Night Elf, when it was for 2.5 years only Night Elf expansions, oppressive tier 1 units with Night Elf Hunters and Archers, because the Keeper bought so much time. There has been Demon Hunter Firsts with Talons. There have been Bears and Dryads. There have been 2 base play, 1 base play. And on the Orc side, especially on Lynn's side, there's been Shadowhunter Firsts. So we'll see. It's still the Night Elf who dictates the pace of the game. But so far, I think it's fairly standard. We get the dust to reveal the blade. Oh, doesn't want to wait for the staff. Circled for the blade. That, of course, gave LawLiet the indicator that the Blade Master is around. And no staff, just the circlet and the claws. Damn, that's a fine inventory. On LawLiet's side, we got the tier 2, so he still has to expand somewhere. He got the units in position, but the Ancient of War is not in position, so how does he want to creep this? Apparently he doesn't want to creep this. Is that one of his newly implemented tier 2 tower pushes then? We have lots of vision in the north, thanks to the Lodge. And damn, that's a sweet creep with the mercenaries that are available now. Keeper is here without the Ancient of War, but you can use other trees to soak up the damage, and that's what the Treants are doing. And the expansion can be built on the spot. Okay, so no tower push, unfortunately. That would have been a nice change of pace. But good creeping. This spot is usually reserved for the second hero. I wonder if Lynn is going a little more aggressive with a potential hex build towards the middle, as he should have the time to go for it. But he's got to be careful, as the tier 2 timing of the Night Elf is also around the corner, but will not be crept with an Alchemist. But once the Shadowhunter is out, maybe it lines up perfectly. Level 3 on the Keeper, pretty much undeniable. We got Windwalk and Crit. No mirror image, which is kinda rare these days. But maybe also map dependent. Damn, Lynn is jumping from one spot to the next, from one orange spot to the next, and those are the biggest on the map. The Mercenary Camp, the Marketplace, and the 12 o'clock expansion. Blade Master in a little bit of trouble, gets the Scroll of the Beast for his efforts, sells it immediately, not replacing it with anything. And LawLiet still has to wait for an expansion for the tier 2 and also for the Sentinels. Comes in with a little bit of pressure, and look at this, the timing is phenomenal. That's a Beastery cancelled. He can't really reach the Lodge, I think. That would greatly surprise me. But as long as there's no raiders, there's less control. And the push is working out, plus buying time for the second base. And this is the level we're operating at. Every single unit gets denied thus far. I kinda miss the dead unit indicator in the north. It was quite sweet of the Chinese overlay. But hey, can't have it all. And this is a little cleaner, I guess. I'm not 100% sure, but we might have a new feature in this broadcast. I'm not sure if it's enabled or not, but you'll see at the end of the game. Shadowhunter wants to creep the Murlocs, but he's getting caught out in the open. Oh no, what a disaster for Lynn. Sticks his nose out a little bit too far. And that's a kill right away. And yeah, you always say, a level 1 hero, it's not that bad. It's not that expensive, it doesn't take that much time, but he can't level, and that is so much time for LawLiet, just wide awake. Lynn didn't expect this. There is mana for an Entangle. Interesting to see Treants too. But I think in the long run, this is the better build. And yeah, what a botch. This is not supposed to go that way. A second engine of war is coming. Upgrades for LawLiet. Expo on the way too. And nutrients. Just mass deforestation. While, yeah, Shadowhunter is here. But that Blade Master is hacking and slaying away at this Expo. Might not even be getting it. Ooh, this closed. We keep an eye out. And yes, can be repaired now. I think this is working wonderfully for LawLiet. If he holds on to that gold mine, it is being repaired, as you can see. Another cancel. This is so crazy. Double wisp repair is working. He finds the time. Critical strike. Okay, he probably did not anticipate this. But all in all, in total, this is... a great early game. Blade Master is taking care of the wisps now. Has to juggle a little bit as the Keeper is making a return. Abuses the load in, load out feature to keep the wisp safe. There we go. Stealing a lollipop from a child. Oh! But always the critical strike. So plays it a little too much on the edge maybe. Sentinel might not be in range here. Huntress can't hide in the shadows, but heal spray is ready, no damage. And that is possibly the sign to retreat for the Blade Master. But Lin, he's coming in for revenge. Gets an archer for his efforts. Shadowhunter not leveled at all. So does he have to make a decision to defend his expo or his base now? Because this is working rather well. Ancient down, level 2. At least the... Did I say Entangled Gold Mine? Of course, the Haunted Gold Mine? Of course, I mean Entangled Gold Mine. That's up. Lin is finding a beautiful timing in the north. And now fighting into the Serpent World. This is experience though. A little bit, but it adds up. And when will Lin run out of steam? Second engine of war being built. Engine protector being built. And nighttime is approaching. Radar falling, so we have good exchanges here. Archer's a little too far forward, approachable by grunts, and especially that Blade Master. Brutal exchange. Here we go. Hero focus onto the blade. There might be another Sentinel ready for the reveal, and I think for Lin, this is the time to retreat. No shop nearby. Also time for LawLiet to recover, and I think this is a hold. So Lin, what? Tier 3. The answer to an uncancelled expansion and to an unbroken LawLiet is Tier 3 Orc. When do you ever see this? On Hitman you do. Ooh, Lagarino. We don't want that, obviously. But yeah, what do you think? Did Lin buy enough time for that tier 3? It was a distraction push. Double parry up, not the items he wanted. He needs heal selves yesterday. LawLiet still has his own Murlocs, his own mercenary camp. That's a guaranteed level 3 alchemist if you ask me. What's the reason for the tier 3?
Forces are under attack.
Bloodlust? TC? Tiny Great Hall? All of it? Stream with sound again. Yeah, that is correct. Let me know if the sound levels are alright. Might just be a little too low at the moment. Bloodlust Orb. Oh, that's pretty good reasons to go for tier 3 as Orc. So the AP is supposed to hold this. Another Ancient of War was... Wait a minute. Ah, has to be built because this one is down. I thought, is it going triple Engine of War? Ah, not really. LawLiet is not in fighting shape yet. Tier 3 is done. Instant 2 kills. He has to reposition. Lin is fighting back despite the almost disastrous loss. Is he walled in? Loss of the Shadowhunter, I was about to say. Oh, is that just another TP? Potion of Mana, Staff, TP. Oh wow, he's not walking anymore. He's so rich, he can afford to be lazy. And now we got wisps with him. That position is once again auto lightning shield in the middle of the pack, instantly dispelled defensively with the wisp. He's trying to flood him, and these detonates are working fine for LawLiet. Shaman almost out of mana, but you can see the upgrades lining up for Lin. Bloodlust, Pillage, War Drums. This results in losses though, maybe a bit ambitious. Only one Moonwell remaining, but a level 2 heal spray should be able to heal enough. But where's LawLiet's army? It's basically non-existent. Archers being cut down, Shadow Meld helping a bit. The Alchemist, he's surrounded. Lin smelling blood in the water. Blade Master comes in as the #1 damage dealer, still blocked by the Grunt, so he's out of the fight. Not dead, but staffed. And this was the last fight without the big tier 3 upgrades. Lin finding tremendous kills. Oh, even denies this one. Here's the Purge. That was greedy. Staff. Is there another Ensnare? No. First hero still safe, but now we have Bloodlusted Berserkers. And the Mercenary Camp going to Lin. Still LawLiet on 2 bases though. As you can see, the difference in gold is ramping up. Optisoft with the 5er. Thank you for the countless hours of entertainment. That is awesome, my man. Thank you. More units saved here. Couple of units saved here. These units need to be reunited. But then, is it tiny time? He's floating 500 gold at 50 pop. This clearly looks like a tiny to me.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now what to do? Turtle spot. Alright. But more experience. That's level 4. That's level 2 Serpent Wards. Bye Huntress. Can't really play them anymore. Love that Lin is disabling the autocast Bloodlust, as a good orc should. An Ancient of Wind for the Fairy Dragons to do damage against the Shaman, but I think that's just too late. Peons are coming. Lin about to close this out with the second base of his own. Pillage is working prior to the first base attack. Love to see it. And LawLiet, he's floating 800 gold. Why? Why? Finds the flute. That's nice. But he's also supply blocked. This tier 2 Night Elf versus tier 3 Orc. This is unheard of. Usually it's the other way around. And then the Orc taps out at a certain timing. Wisps have to be used to just get rid of the Bloodlust. This is so expensive. Hero focus time. With very little mana on the Shadow Hunter, LawLiet realizes this weakness in Lin's army immediately. Reinforcements are strong, Expo is running, second shop is very beneficial. Love how Lin is exploiting the new design of Aquals with the 12 o'clock position. So he can retreat, heal up, regen up, and then push again, not giving LawLiet any time. And that's another Huntress down despite the 2 armor upgrades. It's not working too well. But yeah, needs some healing, needs some regen. And LawLiet has a bit time to breathe and a bit time to bring in the Fairy Dragons. Greater healing. Wow. He wants to hold this one. He wants to be competitive. The access to the shop is almost denied. No, mana potion pass. That's important. 4.5 on the orc units. That push is stopped in its tracks. Triple building production now. And most of it is really close. Can the Bloodlusted Blade Master deal with these archers? It's done now. That's the big healing. He just invested it. That's 400 gold, by the way. Huge investment. Heal wave ready. But there was also the potion. Blade's gotta be careful. New wisps in. Alchemist can tank quite a bit, as he has 3 armor now. And more than 1k HP. Frontline is falling. Slowly but steady. And what about the fairies? When are they coming? How much damage will they do? Lin has to retreat once again. This is still an even brawl. And here they are. You can't really spam Bloodlust anymore with the fairies in the mix. There we go. That's the big damage and everything is so hurt. A kingdom for a heal scroll or a heal wave. But that should have been the last mana potion for a bit. Is Lucky with the wand of mana stealing, at least to a degree. Entangle, focus. Oh, there we go. Blade Master dead. The tier 3 maybe wasn't the right call. But we still end up on 50-50. Huge delay on the Blade Master now. Shadowhunter got a carry with heal wave 3, but everything is so hurt. For how long is the question? Without crit. No mirror image built at all, by the way. Rare sight. Would have saved his life. And maybe that was the mistake. New clarity. And bruises all over the Orc army. You see how crucial it is that the Blade Master is not here. For 1.25 minutes. That's a goner. He broke it. LawLiet relentlessly defending in his own base and then knowing that he can win the war of attrition. The middle shop is disabled this game. Yeah, this is the least shop control that we've seen on Echo Isles maybe ever. Sick fights. Lin still has a great chance though, once his heroes are back. Did he sell the Periapts? Yes, he did, for the heal potion. War of electricians with the lightning shield and the fairies. Fine. Moonglaive upgrade number 2. Is it time for tier 3 for LawLiet, or is this all too expensive? This triple production goes of course on the cost of attack. And all the wisp detonates also cuts into lumber heavily. And now we go to the shop. And now we get heal scrolls and invo potions. Oh, this is so much. Slade's Kingdom, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Hey Neo, thanks for your work. Have a nice day. You too. Glad you enjoy this. LawLiet banking on the fact that Lin is expanding again. But no. There's nothing left. The turtle spot in the bottom right. Blade Master finds level 3, wisely giving the ring over to him so he can tank more. Oh, we got level 5 keeper now. It's not the biggest deal, I think. It's a 3 and more to the spell, which is nice. But Alchemist level 5 would be bigger. Is this... Oh, it's the second tiny! He just tinies again! Tiny square! Oh, sorry. That was not my intention. Off we go. Another bloodlust fight with 3 big serpent wards. It's not the biggest serpent wards. And finally we get mirror image. That's such a huge help. But the utility in Lin's army isn't necessarily the greatest. Who takes map number 1? The wisp detonates are gorgeous again. He can't stop it ever. And now there's very limited bloodlust. The scroll of protection is of course nice too. Invo potion still on the heroes. We can't say the same about Lin. Alchemist might just be a little stuck here. Hold on. Can he transfer the potion? Ah, he has it already. There we go. No double crit to end his life. Archers in the back line. If only he had a lightning shield ready. This would be so much damage, and maybe Lin is just brute forcing through this, executes the Alchemist with 177, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is game. And Lin takes the W on map number 1. And that's the new feature I was talking about. A winner's animation. Bum, bum, bum. Big red numbers indeed. LawLiet, the Show Cup King, is giving up map 1. If this game continues this way, let's effing go. That's just gorgeous. It was a sick back and forth between the two. And 21 minutes of game time. It was just too much. The second tiny didn't even pay off. Winner's animation, very cool. Love it. Awesome. WTF. Oh my god. GG. So sick, man. Linsane's sword is making a return. God damn, what a game. If this entire best of 7 continues this way, we have a lot of content and a lot of fun today together. Isn't the post game missing the info to display the winner? Yes, but it's displayed the 10 seconds before. Do you have a memory of a goldfish? No, fair criticism. We're working on that too. And we are also working on this best of 7 series. Echo Isles goes to Lin. Surprisingly, I'm almost willing to say. He lost the Shadowhunter in the early game. On level 1. Like, can you imagine how this looks when he doesn't lose the Shadowhunter? That was sick. Both players caught each other when the other wasn't ready. And now it's time for Concealed Hill. Kyrion Rage, thank you for your prime. We gladly take your primers, everybody. Concealed, always a map for Keeper and Blade. Very rarely that we see anything else. And once again, the winner of today is facing Labyrinth tomorrow. Our War 3 Champions runner-up. That's gonna be quite something, if you ask me. It doesn't matter who wins. We get great entertainment tomorrow and today. 6 more maps of what we just witnessed. The rematch of the WCA Grand Final of 2016. Which of course saw Lin as the winner. And yeah, we have Blade Masters. No sound? There we go. Question here is, I guess, will LawLiet try to work with towers? On Concealed, that's not uncommon, but Lin always finds them. It doesn't matter where you put them. He's always ready, always on the lookout. Big zoom out? No, it's the standard 2000. Hope we see Shadowhunter first today. Oh yeah. Northern Isles pretty much guaranteed in the map pool, I'd say. Blade Master starting nicely. Tome of Agility, Circlet, Gloves. You can work with that, that's for sure. There is a sneaky wisp here. Scouting some movement. And what else? Oh. There's still a trapper. Lin deliberately leaves the trapper so you can't build here.
A player's forces are under attack.
That's sick. Oh. It's too far away? Oh, damn. Is that really the range? Looks like it, right? Similar to an Engine of War? Okay, that might come as a surprise if he's not scouting. He is scouting in the south, but not there. He's trying to find him. He's trying to find expansions. It's a long build time for the AP already. Grunts are not moving out.
player's forces are under attack.
Something's up. He knows it. Look in here. Okay, nothing here, nothing there. Where are you? What are you doing? Would people save strats in Show Cup for TP League? That's interesting, because these guys will face each other in TP League most likely. They're in the same group alongside Focus and Moon. So do you want to hold back? Oh, that Trapper betrays Lin. He has still no idea about this. Blade Master in the shadows, trying to steal. 295. That's the last hit. And the tree in as well. Good experience. But he still doesn't know. He still does not know. Good damage, needs to be healed up. Shadowhunter is on the way. Sentinel and block. Oh, this is buying so much time. This is buying all the time he needs. For the cheeky AP push, and the bestiary is right there. Lin is clueless about this. He sees the trapper, thinks alright, everything is alright. He's not even checking the left-hand side. This will come as such a surprise. Now with the keeper here, there's vision, and he's opening up the way. Oh, gorgeous play. Yeah, no chance for this bestiary under normal circumstances. Needs to cancel this. Did do it, but yeah. What do you do? How can you stop this now? Even if you clean this up after a while, expansion is coming up too with the tier 2 push. And this is rough. This is real rough. Lin not making crazy adjustments. Acid bomb, focus fire. Oh, hold on. Critical strike for 88. Once again, no mirror image, and this is stopped rather early. But it does delay Shadowhunter creeping. It requires a rebuild bestiary. It forces you to heal up. And it buys time for this.
Player's forces are under attack.
Very nice by Lin identifying quickly that the keeper can be stuck. But the ball is still in LawLiet's corner. Alchemist levels. Sentry wards are amazing. Lin doesn't deal with the AP. Nope, apparently not. This is annoying. But yeah, the focus must be on the tree. He sees it now. Should be seeing it now. Yeah. Oh, I forgot something. The stove is still on. This looks... Yeah, okay. This guy deserves this punishment. And now we clean this up. Tanking with the SH. This takes so much time, though. In the meantime, we can easily creep the expansion under the guard of a sentry ward. Does Lin know? Yes, he does now. AP is done for, but... Oh, that was a lot of experience. Kinda underestimated that. Poison Ivy, Staff out. No mirror image is still a liability. But an easy way to clean the camp, expand. And the double engine of war is already up to. I approve of this LawLiet play, and Lin needs a little miracle to bounce back in this game. Annoying Wyvern, basically like you played Gargoyles in the past. Will be helping with creeping. It's a good addition. It brings you back, but it's also very, very fragile. But I guess if you're a Wyvern, you always want to be in the hands of Lin to just be as safe as possible. Has to use Lightning Shield, huh? It's not unwinnable for Lin.
A player's forces forces are under attack.
Is it possible to stream to YouTube? Nope, no Twitch and YouTube streaming at the same time. We can stream to TikTok and Instagram, but not YouTube. Oh, careful. Getting creep checked here. Lin with good movement on the map, trying to counter expand. Yeah, I see. This is, it's too late to push this. Archer defends this as well. But he continues brawling when LawLiet is not online. He's greedy. He's banking a lot. Holy shoot, man. Thank you, Eugene. Or Eugen. We'll focus on that after the fight. Double level up for Lin. He got what he came for. 50 euros. Holy smokes. Thanks for keeping this channel going. I remember when I used to go to the local internet cafe to download Warcraft 3 replays on floppy disks to watch them back home. After 20 years, it's still entertaining. Oh my god, dude. Floppy disks. Yeah, I guess you can fit 2 replays. Depends on how long the games are. 2 to 6 replays on a floppy. With 1.2 megabytes, right? God damn, we're the oldest esports scene there is. That's awesome to hear, man. Thank you for the support and thank you for the memories. How do you say floppy disk in German? Floppy disk. Floppy disk or floppy disk. Off we go, brawling over the rock column once again. LawLiet is taking some losses, but also Lin losing a raider, might lose the grunts. Oh, no mana, careful. Keeps the block closed with an archer. Is it enough though? Entangle cooldown is ready. And Lin, did he anticipate this? There's a block ready for the alchemist. Just wonderful gameplay by LawLiet. Whooping 10 supply lead. But still, Shadowhunter got level 3, that's important. Trying to die for the damage to this to at least make them run and get access to the tavern to bring the Blade Master back. Expensive, but necessary. Run to the side. Saved Godlin. And he goes for the Alchemist. No way to save him! How does he identify this overcommitment by LawLiet? Lin 200 IQ. And LawLiet a little careless after the blade kill again. And the supply lead, it's just gone. Level 4 on the Alchemist, but as I said on game 1, on the Keeper, but as I said on game 1, Alchemist might be more important. Shadowhunter cannot die, does die. Oh my god, the sharp beak of the little birdie. And Entangle reigns galore. Boom, we got the supply lead back. Oh, floppy disk is Diskette, true. Forgot about that. Too many losses though. That's brutal. Yeah, the 2 base for Lin is up. Not too sure if both is saturated actually. And more units die to the Drake. This is painful. Raider misrallied. Little mistake. Time to recover. Alchemist. Not bought back yet. Is he waiting for the money to get him from the tavern? Oh my god. Is that a kill already? Does he not need the Alchemist? We'll see the answer soon. He has an archer here. Okay, it's a tavern revive. He barely had the resources for it. And this was an overcommitment by Lin, or he just couldn't escape anymore.
A town is under siege. A player's forces
Eugen Poli, thank you for... Oh, this is so sick, man. 50 bucks at the beginning of the week. This feels really good. Doesn't feel good to lose all the peons here, though. Blade Master sniping for reinforcements, but it's just an illusion. It doesn't do damage yet. Almost all games are amazing lately. I agree. Town portal out now as he has no blockers. He could soon afford a tier 3, I think. with this 10 supply lead. Now it's time to punish the Drake for what he did to the poor grunts. High level gameplay? For sure. I didn't get any complaints about the sound, so I guess it's alright. Oh, lots of wisps. I remember playing on MS-DOS with floppy disks like XCOM UFO Defense. My first one was Civilization. Sound is fine? Nice. Civilization 1. And it was in black and white because the screen of my father broke and displayed no colors. But I didn't know that, so I just thought naturally computers don't have the technology yet, and they're still in black and white. Well, to be fair, it was a little bit of green and white. But yeah. Off we go, another fight with wisps in. Full mana shaman, no more. Also using them defensively to get rid of the lightning shield. And very good by Lin to have mirror image. He's going for it a little later than a focus would do, I think. That is an adjustment compared to last week when we saw these guys facing each other in TP League in these matchups. Look at the Huntress, Michael. Well done. Damage uptime still looking good. Lots of saves to prevent the levels of 5-5. But you can't stop the killing. Raiders finding their way to archers. Needs to be focused down first. Late Master crits for 129. That's not too bad. But army is split. And another Raider kill. Man, Lin can't really get a foot on the ground because here the harass is continuing. The Treants do work. And the Huntress will clean it up. Thank you, the Amador 420 for the 22-month resub. Thanks, whatever forces in the universe that make you... Oh my god, you're the best. Yeah, I will forward this to mother and father. They created this. I guess you can look up on the internet how that was done. Not directly from mother and father, but you know, in general. Yeah, Volker and Maike did a solid job. Okay, Lin. How can you stop 17 supply? That he's ahead now. With a strong Blade Master with strong crits, okay, but no crazy damage boosting items. Devotion Aura is helping to a degree. Reinforcements not trickling in. LawLiet constantly throughout the series is banking some gold. And he can't close it out. Not just yet. He's okay. Don't really want to make the mistake of an overcommitment again. Is that a double surround? Look. Oh, get him. Can he tick down? Level 4. That's what he wanted. Now it's time for the town portal as he's still filthy rich. Blade Master is cleaning up a lot of archers here, though. He has more mana, too. Level 5. Guys, is this not over? It should be over. It should be over since the AP got up. But is this not over? Despite 20 supply, that LawLiet is ahead. Lin is doing a phenomenal job in staying alive. Got the BGs playing in his head. And again, we're approaching the 20-minute mark. Is that our future for today? Can't click the item. Was it the Lionhorn again? I saw it for a brief second, but the Berserker is blocking it. Can't! My micro... Ah, Lionhorn. I saw it for a second. There we go. Any believers in the Lin sanity? Army mix looks good. The diversity on orcs against the one-dimensional Night Elf combo. It's so funny to see. Trying to prevent the bottom, which is a great orb carry on tier 3. And tier 3 is finished now. Shop should be available. It is. Orb is up. 232 on the crits. And level 3 Serpent Wards, man. Hunters have no value at all. LawLiet is down to 57. He's going for the Alchemist. Hold on. Wait, pass the invul! Pass the invul! Crit and backstab! No way, not again! Little mistake by LawLiet. Now the orb. He could have gotten this 10 seconds earlier. Plus, he was right there next to the Alchemist. Didn't pass that invul potion. Huge mistake. And that's a 30 supply swing, everybody. Are you kidding me? How is Lyn this freaking good? It's still tier 3 Night Elf on 2 bases versus 1 base. Do not underestimate this. As Lyn also loses 2 Shaman here. But we got ourselves a game. We got ourselves a game, everybody. A huge swing in value. Lyn barely lost anything, did he? There is a game-changing moment coming, though, and that is level 6 on the Keeper. Tranquility is really close. No second base, no tier 3. Lyn is about to be mined out in 100. He has 500 gold, alright. Alchemist is back. Bladestorm also around the corner. Level 6 Shadowhunter also around the corner. Marksmanship kicks in. Shop is being rebuilt. Bottom is there. This is the ultra late game. But Lyn has to close it out. LawLiet is still mining for a long time at his expo. There's so many raiders. The orc transition. Uh-oh, going for the Keeper. Kinda good he saved that invul, isn't it? Heal spray is ready too. Delayed or cancelled. This time we got a staff ready. Can he get rid of the Blade Master? It's so much damage. He's trying to! Invul potion on both sides with the heal spray immediately cancelled. Double level 6! It's not, because that is only an illusion and I'm a fool. But LawLiet, the bottom is down. He's forced into a town portal to his left-hand side, and farming the tree gives Lyn almost infinite resources. There's nothing left. He killed like 1 unit, all the damage thrown onto the blade, but Lyn was there. He still has a mana potion, if you believe it or not. And the tier 3 is gone. Level 6 on the Shadow, level 3 on the heal wave. This is absurd. Lyn should never, ever, ever, ever win this game. He was 20 supply down against tier 3 Night Elf. LawLiet doesn't want to realize it yet. Like, brother, how far do I have to be ahead for this to work against you? You madman. 4,000 gold remaining. Long distance mining by Lyn. But you can't rebuild. Stuck on 33 supply. Looking forward to the orc buffs in 1.35. Ooh, that's nasty. Rat spot as well. Claws plus 12 on a level 3 crit blade. Come on, give me the numbers. Give me the numbers. The big, the red. Some critting. Come on! Tome of Agility plus 2 as well. He just got plus 14 damage. And with that, he's financing another Great Hall. And with that, the pressure's on LawLiet. This damage. Yep. "25 minutes. So, since we didn't see crits at the creeps, chances are that he's critting like crazy now, isn't it? Linsane's sword saving him again. Or is he? Purge. Blade Storm! The ultimate has been unleashed! Healing against it with an alchemist, that's fine, but you cannot stop the Keeper kill. 256! 284! And this, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely game. Lin wins map 2 as well in phenomenal fashion. This was never supposed to work. And how much class, how much style do you display when you A, defend an AP push, survive 20 supply lead of Night Elves on tier 3, and then you end the game with the Blade Storm. A touch of class, everybody. I'm sorry to say, but none of you, and not me, will ever be as cool as Lin. And if Brad Pitt is watching, same goes for you. Holy moly, what a performance. Sorry, Brad Pitt. Sorry, not sorry. Brad Pitt, Lord. Wow, I never thought about that in 20 years. Oh, Lin joins the lobby, posts a sad smiley face. LawLiet says ZZ, and we start the game. As if he feels sorry for the win. This is just freaking brutal. Our Show Cup champ is in trouble. 0-2 down. It's time for a comeback if there ever was one. Northern Isles is the map. And since 7 days ago, this is Shadowhunter territory. Lin moved away from it quite a bit. But maybe he's coming with a 2-0 lead. Maybe he's bringing it back. Whew. Just so sick. How can you be so good at a video game? KX85, thank you for the 52-month resub. That's a long time. Is it the Shadowhunter? Nope. Sticks with the blade. Show Cup. Too important. Doesn't want to fool around. He was punished hard for the Shadowhunter by LawLiet, let's be honest.
A player's forces are under attack.
With that Tinker push, so we're not doing that anymore. There's nothing too wrong with LawLiet's play. He's maneuvering himself into great positions. With expansions up. With 60, 70 supply. But you need more than that to defeat Lin. Unbelievable. Is LawLiet broken? After this? Keeper sees the movement and another little... Just a little poke. LawLiet is annoyed already. We saw that in the lobby. And then this peon block. What's total value? That's everything... Like the value of everything you build and have in your inventory. Every hero, every item, every upgrade, every unit. Can you shut up the ads somehow? Can you give me $10,000? Then, it's possible. Would be so sick, dude, if I get a $10,000 donation now. That's for the month, of course. Crit first. Huh, was some creeping denied here. Okay, early game looks fine. Blade Master stopped. Expo coming up. Tech on the way. So far so good, but the game always switching in the late game.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, is this a cancel? It is, right? Staff is on the blade, so the keeper can walk back. It's close-ish, but he's gonna get it. Oh man, this is bad for LawLiet. This is so bad. It's still close. It's still close. Oh my god. And he walks away like if nothing ever happened. Applies the heal save when he's out of range, so not even that gets cancelled. And the early games were usually in favor of LawLiet. This is a gigantic W for Lin. And this is almost an instant win. LawLiet trying it again. But yeah, misposition.
A player's forces are under
Misposition on the keeper, wasn't it? He just allowed Lin to walk across the map, grab the tally staff, because he wanted to deny experience. Do we have any hope for this to be an absurd comeback like Lin brought to the table? Womble coming for upgrades. Only a dust available. 30 seconds till the end, or till the rest. Healing wards is nice for free creeping. But yeah, Lin is focusing on his own economy. Could just build a second base soon. It's only tier 1 Night Elf basically. This doesn't hurt him. Vamp Aura also. Nothing. Mr. Satoshi-Kon, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Dude, can you imagine the amount of absurd last hits that Lyn is going to get with damaging illusions? Why is Lyn so good? It's unexplainable to me. This is one of the mysteries of the universe. Like, how was it created and how is Lyn this good?
A town is under siege.
That could just be another cancel. Ah, with Entangle, okay. This time Keeper's in position. It's not 10k, but I hope it helps anyway. It does prevent you from ads, and it definitely helps. Lyn is just cleaning up the map, man. Big mana potion, pendant.
Forces are under attack.
Dude, Lyn,
a town is under siege.
if he wins this, he defeated Happy, 120, and LawLiet within a span of 3 days. That's quite an accomplishment. Shadowhunter 3. Is it mirror image? Yeah. No, not even the Windwalk, like... Okay, mass archers. We have lightning shield on top of it. This might just be the shortest game we've had so far in the Show Cup. Feels like desperate hero focus. Speed scroll to disengage as the expo is at 40%. But LawLiet is still fighting. Somehow he's trying to bring it back, but with the expo running, okay, there might be a shot somehow. But usually if it's 2-base, then it's always in favor of the Orc. Yeah, focus. Good luck in TP League later this week. Good effing luck. We still go Huntress. Tells me that LawLiet is trying to outmaneuver Lyn somehow on the map and go for the buildings. There's no towers, there's no burrow. But this is not helpful in a direct fight.
The town is under siege.
Great Blade Master. Just a great Blade Master. And he's getting caught out in the open with all grunts connecting. He's trying so hard to keep the archers up, but even heal spray and heal wave is not enough. Diving for the shaman, that's quite fine, but a lot of the damage dealers died here. Drops the pendant, takes the potion. This is Serpent Wards for days. What a glorious positioning. This is not what LawLiet wanted originally, not at all.
Players' forces are under attack.
This is so absurd. The speed scroll is so absurd. Look at the Orcs inventory. They don't even have to buy a TP. Well, but they are forced to go mirror image. They are forced to go staff. And also, you don't see mana potion or clarities on the Night Elf side because they got Moonwells. It's almost as if this game is balanced asymmetrically and every race has strengths and weaknesses. But in this game, there's no Lyn weaknesses. LawLiet has solid supply, but he's taking off the map again. No Nature's Blessing. Blade Master level 3. Is it Windwalk now to properly position? No, it's crit. He just loves the big red numbers as much as we all do. But everything is bruised. There is a heal scroll. Oh, the heal scroll value. It's not even willing to pop it yet. Covers the retreat with more serpent wards. But he can't break that base. How did LawLiet get back up to 64 again? Mass hunters. This is maybe too many grunts, as we don't have raiders or Kodos or whatever or wyvern in the mix. Raiders are coming now. But at the moment, the hunts look strong. The question is, for how long? Not if you fight into serpent wards, that's for sure. I think LawLiet couldn't really afford too many wisps. There's one, there's two, but not the usual 5 to 6 that he's bringing to every fight. But he survived the big mana potion. There's another mana potion here. Detonates look great so far, but the spread of the shaman. Yeah, he hit some of them, but not all of them. Lyn is struggling a little bit though. As more wisps are coming in, the heroes of LawLiet did not die. And hold on, this might work. The grunts are just disappearing against Huntress, and he's breaking through. Archers in the backline, untouched. Blade Master forced him to an invul, and there's no mana no more. LawLiet, can you create a miracle all of a sudden? After losing an expansion, both heroes cannot be part of this fight no more. Yes, he lost the entire front line. Oh, he didn't lose the entire front line. It's all still there. A Kingdom 4 heal spray. He groups them up. They cuddle. This feels good. And this game is turned on its head. Look at the value swing. I cast this game for 15 years now. I don't understand this. Why is LawLiet winning these fights, but not the fights in the previous two maps? How is it possible? After a broken like an AP push undetected doesn't lead to a win, but a cancelled expansion does. A different army composition for Lyn, of course. Can't stop the heal wave, or couldn't stop the heal wave for a long time. But now, LawLiet has the big mana himself. And it's looking good. Very good. Only tier 2, but Protector Scroll, Heal Scroll, big mana, super tanky Alchemist. What's the way out for Lyn? Only regen at this point. Army is looking better, but still not great. Scroll of Protection can't be dispelled really. Wisps are coming in. These 4 wisps, by the way, on the bottom right-hand side were clutch. We almost lost all hope for LawLiet, but now grunts are falling like flies. 1, 2 already down. The Archer's single target damage. Kodo stays alive for a bit. And new detonates. The splits may be a little bit too late. Lyn is suffering. He's still getting kills on the board now that the raiders have arrived. And that heal wave was really, really good. Close to level 5. Heal spray again. Archers have to tank. That's not what they're supposed to do. At least the heroes are safe. And he burned through a big mana as well. Can he get... Oh, second invul. Blade Master safe again. This is like 10 supply for Lyn about to drop. And archers are still trickling in. Hunters are still trickling in. But somehow Lyn survives. Blade! And then Tangle wasn't not ready. No, it was on cooldown. He couldn't go for it. And the mana potion is ready on the Shadow Hunter. Last second adjustments. Again, Pendant dropped. It's got him like 100 mana or something. And that is finally... No, 2 HP, Lyn! Are you kidding me? This is as good as it gets, but for how long? Is it yet another overcommitment? It can't be. It can't be. He forces a TP and stays alive. In the bottom though, the code, oh, saved on 6 as well. The precision is so surreal. Thank you, Biceline92, for the 2-year resub. These guys are just so good. These guys are just so good. Level 4. Long distance mining. We are once again getting to the 20-minute mark when it was not allowed at all. That's not skill, that's pure luck. Skill is when luck becomes common. And for Lin, this is not the first time we see situations like this. We finally have Ensnare against the heal spray. Alchemist has to be positioned defensively. Huntress, archers, all in a good position. And away we go again. You don't want to allow Lin to rebuild. Not at all. So is it another hero focus? The wisps are there. More or less the carry unit, they can break through to the Shadow Hunter. Level 5 course, super important to take him out. More wisp detonating. And the Shaman, they're pretty much dry. No more Purge, no more Lightning Shield. Alchemist in a solid position, but the Raider and Snare so quick. Well of mana stealing. Lin desperate for some juice. But this must be the end. This must be the first win for LawLiet. Surely 9 HP save again, but GG. Unbelievable games. And something is off with that winning animation. But anyway, LawLiet wins. And it's a 2-1. Crazy comebacks. All games around the 20-minute mark or further. But we have ourselves a series. And this was a rather orc-dominated map. And this win comes at the perfect time for LawLiet. When he seemed broken. This expansion was broken. He was behind in almost everything. And then he found the fight at the bottom right. Pure desperation. But he made it work. What can you say? So this is either after this map, it's either match points Lin or the series is tied. Yeah, Luck saved the Blade Master 3 times in a row with less than 100 HP, not the clutch heal waves, buying potions, dropping pendants for mana potion at the last second, etc, etc. Yeah. Yeah. You, sir, are correct. We are 3 maps into a full-out best of 7, and this is quite insane. It's more luck because less than 6 HP is pure RNG. Not really if you move the unit back calculating the full max damage before. So let's say if you have 20 HP and the unit can do 10 to 19 damage and you move the unit away with 20 HP, you guarantee that it survives. And this is Lin we're talking about. A roll of 2 damage at the end is luck? No, just explained. It's not. No single pro player is able to make those calculations in his head unless it's some common DHBM fight. This is Lin you're talking about, Razor Moon. Come on. We're ready for game 4. Hopefully this works out. No. Looking fine. Yep. All right. What's the map though? Didn't see it because I was a little stressed getting into the map. Tide Hunters. A map that we haven't seen in TP League, did we? Oh, we did. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're getting ready for a sweet game 4. And I'm so ready for it. Oh, boys, I am so ready for it. Let's get it on. Still a lead for Lin, but exclamation mark by LawLiet. Chat needs to get off the luck and skill debate. Dude, this is way better than the where are the humans? Reforge this shit. The debates. I think this is something new and fresh. I like it. It's a good discussion. Blade Master vs. Keeper again. Damn, I was advertising the dynamic in this matchup. ESL Marcos, thank you for the 7-month resub. Now there's no diversity at all. On the first 4 maps at least. We might still see a Last Refuge, we might still see Twisted, where things are a lot different. Game 4. Alright, did LawLiet figure out the mistakes he made in game 1 and 2? This is quite a small map. Plunkier, thank you for the 10-month resub. Love the content, keep it up. Will do, will do. Guys, managing luck is the skill. If I had to do the same as Lin, my BM will die 100% of the time. His stays alive more than 50% of the time. That is skill. Ivan? You're not only a celebrity, but you're also pretty smart. So Lin with a relative fast tack, Blade Master roaming, so are grunts. Keeper has Entangle though. Is it? Yeah, instant aggression, huh? I mean, what else can you do? Without treants, without hunts. Transition is coming.
A player's forces are under attack.
Looks like no AP this time. Oh, this one will take some time.
town is under siege.
Yeah, I think this took too long. Lin is ready. You don't want to spend too much mana as we're around the 7 PM mark and this is time for boots and staff.
A player's forces are under attack.
Who got it? Nobody? Ah, there we go. Okay, Keeper gets it. That's a big deal. Not only is the staff very important to move around the map, but it's also a nice tool to get out of entangles. Got this, chat. This chat is better than 99% of the chats on all of Twitch. Except if they're dead, obviously.
Player's forces
Well,
are under attack.
no. An active chat is better than a dead chat, so I'm still right. That turned dark pretty quickly. No, I mean just an empty chat. There's obviously no controversy and no dumb takes, but it's also boring. Okay, all this, the past 1.5 minutes, all this for a simple entangle. Very, very well defended by Lin so far. So that prevents level 3. He's roaming around the expansion. Sees, hey, nothing up yet. But there's also no APs. Shadow Demon Hunter? What? SNS, thank you for the 49-month resub. Neo, will you take my hand in marriage? Well, you gotta ask my father. You gotta pay him. I think he's asking for 4 camels and 3 cows. If you can make that work, you might have a deal. Wow, Dryad Spears. And Lin knows. He's going Radar Walker. Is that a thing I missed? Ooh, the blade. He's in the mood for some cancellations. Is that a development I missed? Ah, blocked! And of course he doesn't have the staff, but he has the damage to get out. Tum Tum, thank you for the 5 euros. Chat is awesome, except for Slash. He's just hating Elf. Oh, Tum Tum, you are awesome. And gorgeous. And have a beautiful voice. And are a kind soul. That's all the praise you get for 5 euros. Come back for more. Demon Hunter Dryad Bears. Man, this is so interesting. I did not expect this to the slightest. Yeah, maybe I missed that development, but maybe that's also a curveball. This is the second time with the Shadow Hunter just dies on level 1, just like Echo Owls. Abso-freaking-lutely. But the Demon Hunter is also in trouble. Grunts are getting in front against one he can't fight out. Damn, he just walks out. There's no crit. There's no Windwalk. And the Demon Hunter is brave enough to go back into this. Oh no, 4 units around Mana Burn! He's dead and he levels up! Okay, that was a miscalculation. And that's also level 2 and the save. Whoops. That was super greedy by LawLiet. Unnecessary greed. Slasher with the 5 euros. Tum Tum is just mad because I destroyed him in NO4. The Horde. Dude, you play Anno together? You destroy people in Anno? You don't fight in Anno, you just build and trade and build civilizations. And I think I can't expect anything else from an orc. Thanks, mate. Hope you had a good time in the cinema. Damn, we have a game where I think it's pretty hard to predict where we're at. Shadowhunter comes back really late. And he's missing the levels just as the blade is. And he's expanding now. You're wrongly informed about Anno. I play Anno since 1602. And I never fight in Anno. I'm a pacifist in Anno. Well, this is, I guess, the tamest game that we've had so far. But this is a rush tier 3. Bears, Lyn has to respond with End Snare, Walkers, Kodos. But still, the big lead in levels is what put LawLiet ahead, I think. Markosh with the $5. €5 train? I would never say no to a €5 train. Thank you, man. Sup and dono. That's sweet. Markosh also with us for a long time. Oh, creep check blade! Does he turn into a fly? Nope. Not just yet. Reju, of course, very, very helpful. Hard to dispel. With AoE dispel, which is very expensive. Double heal scroll for Lyn, big invul, and orb for LawLiet. Army at around 50. Lyn is stalling, posturing up to defend his expansion. And with 2 base, 1 base, what do you do? Trying to go for the fight before the expansion pays off. Instantly going for the Demon Hunter. Roar on him, Reju on him, no dispel on him. As mana is super dry, he was burning quite a bit and also forces some new Spiritlings. And Tangle goes through, Reju goes through, and Lyn is using the first big unit of the game, which gives him the bear back, so it's a double whammy. Walkers are doing some damage here, of course, with magic. It's not to be underestimated, but when the dispel is lacking, will you still do it? Raiders falling, Demon Hunter has an Ankh, and Lyn is committing a lot to this Demon Hunter. I'm not too sure if it's that necessary. Walkers do a stellar job. Crit against it. Damn, this Demon Hunter is drawing so much attention. Misses the crit. Oh my god. But still, the Walkers are the MVPs so far, but not any longer as they are getting killed off. Will the demon finally die? Yes, he does, but now there's an Ankh, and that is so unsatisfying. Both end up around 45 pop. And now there's no Reju anymore. And Tangle kills the next Walker. Dryads still bring in some control as we get another €5 donation. Dono hype! What's that from Fly's UI would you like to implement in your UI? Have a great day. They have some sort of a fight recap. The units died in the past 80 seconds or something. That is something I might steal. Also, the moon juice indicator is quite nice. And of course, I thank you very much, Gipan, for this for the dono. Yeah, a fight recap is the next big thing, I guess, to work on. Anyway, we have a game and we have wild brawls here. This was also a fight where Lyn had double heal scroll. Now he has only one, and again, it's the wisps. If LawLiet wins this and stays the Show Cup King, he can throw a party for these wisps. Demon Hunter in trouble. Invul potion soon. And snare. This is such a weird fight that you usually don't take. It's also Thorns Aura against Raider's Grunts Blade Master. Why not? It's a triple kill on the line for LawLiet. If he gets that Kodo, another bear pops out, diving deep, and gets it back, plus level 4. Blade Master is hurting himself in confusion to a degree. Slow on the Shadow. Invul, not using it! Rare mistake by Lin. No potion, no Invul. He was ready to use it. I think the potion of mana was on cooldown, but not the Invul. And now, without Heal Wave, without Hex, what are the odds that he brings this one back? He has the bigger army, but the question is for how long, especially when new bears are trickling in. And he found a solution against the expansion as well. The staff, beautifully, before the projectiles arrive. And the AP is supposed to counter that expansion. Blade Master has nothing to save himself, only damage. And that scares the Keeper away, trying to force him into a town portal. Will he go for that trade again? Now that he has Keeper and Demon Hunter. Meta burn kill, and I think we tie up the series, and we absolutely do. LawLiet, 2 wins in a row after crushing defeats earlier. Very well done. With an unusual strategy that nobody really expected, right? I certainly didn't. Dryads, Bears, Keeper, Demon. Is that the new norm? Is that becoming a thing? Or was it just a one-off? The shortest game, but hey, the brawls were cool. A little bit old school. Der mit dem Penis tanzt with the 5 euros. Good game, good game. That translates to who dances with the penis, which is a fantastic nickname. I wonder how you came up with that. And Nuhiro Masuda, thank you for the 4-year resub. Has it really been 4 years? When was the Trio concert, dude? Sick, thank you. Hope you have a good time in your new flat. Wow, that animation. Glad you like it. I felt it's finally time, after 20 years, that we get a proper winner indicator after a match. Hello, Mr. First winner of an automated tournament. How are you doing? We got a 5 euro donation train going on, which is really, really sweet. So I am doing very, very fine. And we also got a sick best of 7 series going on that goes now onto map 5 and onto Turtle Rock. But also, I gotta pee real bad, but they're starting the games one after the next, so I don't have time for that. Amateur caster not having a bottle under the desk. So is it talent time now? How successful were the flat appointments? Very bad. Very bad. But hey, we're getting there. Would be cool if the winner animation would be semi-transparent. Working on it. Okay, who takes match points? Whoever wins this has a 3-2 lead. And with that, match points. Will LawLiet stay on the throne of the Show Cup, or will Lin conquer it? That's the big question here today. Keeper vs. Blade Master for the 5th time in a row. Game 7, better be Warden. It's not unheard of that LawLiet goes Warden against Orc, but it's been a long time. animation with sound would be good. I think that would be rather repetitive. Because you'll hear that sound 200 times a week. And you're already annoyed by your alarm clock that you hear 7 times a week. So, you can do the math. Yeah, that would be quite something. A little bit of evasion creeping, as I said. LawLiet stays in punching distance. Might be going for another push into the base once you got level 2. But there's no staffs this time. Lin finds the claw, loses HP. New Final Fantasy fan? Hell yeah. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VIII. I know that is controversial. Also played 14. For a bit.
A town is under siege.
Walls of the base, usually an indicator for talents, not unheard of on Turtle Rock. Lin is trying to be disruptive. Doesn't really work. Claw +9, never bad. Oh, shop cancelled. That's good. But yes, almost 0 progress here. Lin knows now that it's talents. And is it the TC? Will we finally see Shockwave? Final Fantasy sucks in general. You, sir, can leave. Not having a staff will hurt. Also, it's a little bit about the hero choices, but I guess Demon Hunter is more or less confirmed. Why is the face cam on? Off? It's always off when we're in-game.
Player's forces are under
Radar,
attack.
Walker, TC. Oh yeah. I criticized Lin a little bit during TP League for probably the first time in my life for his play with TC Raiders. Against Colorful that was. But that was also Lin on 4 peons. Usually he can do it better. This should also be a lot more open space than on Last Refuge. And a lot to creep for a high level TC. Yeah, this will be a calm game, more or less. In comparison to what we've had before. Ooh, that's an annoying harass. Still can't get over the fact that we never called the Pit Lord Brad Pit Lord. Why did we never start this? We are so uncreative. Hey Neo, hope you and your loved ones are having an awesome 2023. Thank you for all the work and dedication. That's sweet. Thank you so much, man. Same to you. Demon Hunter is a freaking beast. Civil Mask also not too bad. Yeah, pretty even XP. 2 and 1 on both sides. But LawLiet gotta be a little more careful. The Raider Walker timing currently is dangerous because he has no talents yet. And that's exactly what Lin is looking for. fighting on level 2. Oh, is it? Nice steal. Can't prevent the Demon Hunter level 2, but is definitely gonna get the Ancient of War with the first usage of Shockwave before the burns tick in. I like that. Get value out of your mana before it's gone. But the clock's ticking. 5 seconds till tier 3. That's Master Training, that's Orb. Gave the... Oh my god. Gave the double claws to the Keeper. That's plus... Oh my... That's a lot. Plus 26. We're rocking and we're rolling, boys. Next rat spot for Lyn. That's number 2 out of 4. It's smart to give it to the Keeper. I think so too. Demon Hunter will mostly be ensnared. Keeper can stay in the back. Also, you can choose your target, spread the damage a little wider. TC level 3. Wait, where's the item? Ah, Blade got it. Okay, okay, okay. Hood of Cunning. Tinker Third as expected. Master Training done in more or less 12 seconds. Oh, a little more, I guess. There we go. Oh, this is the fight. This is not the fight that LawLiet wants. He wants the Keeper just dead. Rest of the army is not with him. Town Portal home. Demon Hunter comes in, but hurt. Mana burn on the TC, finally level 2. He hides behind his buildings, and that makes it hard for Lyn to crack this. Utility is 1 heal scroll. And this is the strength of a Keeper now. Hidden behind buildings, safe. Demon Hunter, Tinker up front as tanks. Close to the shop as well with 2 helpful potions. You can't break this. That should be impossible. Cyclone is finished too, so you can disable the damage. Demon Hunter forced into a potion now. Whoa, that was close with the crit. 171. No Cyclones used this far, I think. Invo potion transfer to the Keeper. He's not losing that. And Lyn just pure brute force. For now, at least. But it doesn't work. This is brute. But not enough force. But didn't reposition the Keeper. Walks into a surround with the Demon Hunter himself. There's a staff that should be ready. That should be ready. That must be ready. It is ready. And Lyn is losing quite a bit here. As you can clean this up. Is it time for more Cyclone? No. But the Blade. What do you do with the Blade? Demon Hunter mana burn needs to come in quickly. Unable to do so. Little too late. But it's rather easy for LawLiet to re-establish everything. Lyn is expanding in the back of this 60%. This will be a rough recovery for Lyn. He needs mana. He needs so much gold. LawLiet, will he have some time to creep? His base is exposed. He has no TP. But he needs to be proactive. Good scout by Lyn. This is basically just a scout bat rider, right? Might be useful versus talents, but he gives him the information that LawLiet's going for the rat spot, and this is brutal. No TP, only 1 potion. He burned through 2 potions at the staff. Oh, he needs the Demon Hunter here. He didn't heal? He didn't heal! Only bought a TP, gets out. That was expensive, but that is number 3 rat spot for Lyn. What? That troll bat rider is so much value. And Unholy Aura is pretty good. Unlike your unlike Carson, who says auras are never good. I disagree.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's still pretty much a 50-50 matchup. LawLiet looking for consumables, but he's a little out-crapped. Mana is not unlimited. Shockwave was fine, but not great. The Raider connection is what makes this work. That's number 2. That's also preventing 3 Cyclones, maybe. And the Keeper, once again, has no TP. Needs to get the staff out. Shockwave potion save wants to have the Keeper in the fight because he's, of course, the big damage dealer. Talents constantly have to run away. This is the staff. This is the damage gone. And Lin with an exceptional fight out in the open. This is never what you want with Talons. LawLiet was stuck between a rock and a hard place and calls the game. Some bugs with the winner animation, apparently. Calls the game. He had to do something about this expo. But couldn't, because he was too hurt and his army too fragile. So it's Lin taking map number 5. It's Lin with the match points. And Lin striking back. No 3 wins in a row. Tinker got the item eventually, but that's about it. Slowly but steady gaining control. That push into LawLiet's base, backed up by an expansion, that was wonderful. And now, it's the Show Cup title on the line, everybody. Hard to make work. This is Last Refuge up next. As Lin seemingly taking a little break. No, it's transparent. That wasn't on purpose. What a series. So, players are joining and leaving the lobby. Might be a little bit of a break here. We are down 5 maps. This has been almost 2 hours of constant Warcraft. So a little break might be necessary for both of these guys. The Bat Rider scouting over the trees with MVP. That was really freaking good. Players are here. At least Lin is here. Ready to take the championship. And then be challenged tomorrow by Labyrinth. Same time, 12 o'clock. I haven't seen Labyrinth too much. He was participating in WSB. But we were not able to cast this, so I didn't see the performance there. Made it top 4, just like LawLiet. And yeah, I guess I used the little delay that we got for a tiny break. Ads are running anyway, so see you guys in a bit. We cut this short because we're ready, and oh, ready we are. Game 6, is it the equalizer again? Or will Lin use his first match point to close this out? I'm pretty sure Twisted Meadows would be the deciding map. But first, before we move into the final map, that we will see 100%, doesn't matter how the next game ends. Because we always play all 5 maps, all 7 maps. We move on to Last Refuge, which is once again talent territory. Thank you, Zumza11, for the 5-month resub. Much thanks, much love. Did it play the transition twice? Yeah, right? Kind of odd. Don't know why that is. LawLiet fighting for his crown. that he got from 1-0 in a spectacular series. It's once again the Keeper opening. It's once again the Blade Master opening. No demon shenanigans, but LawLiet was the one coming up with Keeper talents, or popularizing it. But Lin knows a pretty good way to play against it. You saw how his Raiders connect. You saw his shockwaves. He got all the tool it takes to become the Show Cup king. Was he ever
A player's forces are under
on top of Show Cup? I don't think so. There was a brief period in 2022 where it was a lot of players. No, he wasn't. That could be his first one. Just like it was LawLiet's first championship at the end of the year. High stakes now. Every map is $200 if you stay the king. That's potentially a lot of dollars. Starting with a ring doesn't feel good. Starting with a circle, it does. Moving away from a harass. Just for the consumables. I like that. It's an early Hunter's Hall. Ooh, LawLiet flipping the script. This is not what we expected. This is not what's usually played.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is he just playing straight up Mass Tier 1? Might just. So far, LawLiet keeps him in check. Grunts can't really move out. Doesn't want to lose too much HP, rather creep. And the Blade is getting more proactive with the speed scroll. He knows exactly what LawLiet is doing. Oh, he's using so much mana for this, and in the end, Lin gets it, plus the item, the Rejuve potion would have been so good. But it's not. And that is almost a broken early game. It was an investment, of course. Speed scrolls are a little bit expensive, but also he has vision across the entire board and he knows what's up. 1D ward. The game sense is insane. He's looking for an expansion already, plus hiding a little bit while the replenishment potion is running through, and then he has a fresh and clean Blade Master, while LawLiet is spending a lot of time in the middle to D-ward. Tech only now. Lin is almost done. What's the play? How to get back, how to get level 3. That's why Keeper is not really popular on this map, because of the delayed tier 3, and Lin has perfect vision of what's happening here at any time. He's just lurking in the shadows. He's just waiting for his moment. And this is his moment. We got an owl. Oh, nice counterplay. Wait. Wait. That owl gave him the vision. I see. I was about to say, like, this seems a little extreme when it comes to detection range.
Player's forces are under attack.
Level 2 Blade, thanks to creeping of grunts on the left-hand side. And Blade Master is just stalling a lot of time. He has to move out soon, I guess. Maybe with the help of a heal self. But LawLiet is playing around this as nicely as he can. But it's all about time. And he's healing. He's not using a lot of mana. He also went Mirror Image plus Windwalk, so wants to make 100% sure this Blade Master survives.
A player's forces are under attack.
And we get Raider Shaman. The winner's build of the first two maps.
The town is under siege.
Blade said it again. And that's exactly what the mirror image is for. And what all his mana is for. Stutter stepping expo cancel. Oh, this is at the very least more mana drain, but that's also mirror image. It's so well done by Lin. This must be incredibly frustrating if you're LawLiet, if you're not getting the kill. And he doesn't. He doesn't. A 5 HP escape with the kill. According to Twitch chat, this is all just luck. But you know what? It's not. This was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Perfect build, perfect mana management, perfect timing, perfect execution. LawLiet's strat is just not working out. This is exactly how you punish a Night Elf. On last refuge if he goes keeper. Q tier 3. So, role reverse. LawLiet trying to push. Going for the Shadow Hunter, but he has heal wave. He's next to the shop. This should be... yeah, he should be unkillable. Grunts are plugging the holes. Defending their fragile caster and supporter units exactly as it should be. And the Blade Master healed so much that it's tough. But alright. Slowly but steady. Oh, there was a clutch heal wave almost. Slowly but steady units are falling. Would love to have some more archers in to put more damage on the Shaman who are 50%. And LawLiet, you gotta be careful. I know you gotta take risks as well. Wait, this is a town portal, isn't it? Town portal for a grunt? Questionable. No crit, he can calculate this, but he doesn't get it. Another move that goes in favor of Lin. Was that worth the TP? It is 2 base, 1 base, and tier 3. This tier 3 move could turn out to be genius. It was risky and kept his army fragile. And this just might work out. This is one of the fastest tier 3 that a Night Elf got against Orc in a long time. If you're playing Hunt Expo. Keeper is stuck here though. Has to pull another archer. Oh, one more hit. Another 10 seconds bot. But it is marksmanship, bottom, orbs. Very hard to break for Lin in the long run when numbers are even, but the levels aren't really even. Shadowhunter's pushing with heal wave 2. He knows this expo isn't up yet. LawLiet is hurt. Very, very hurt, and tier 3 didn't pay off just yet. 1 AP down. This tree was never really repaired, and Lin with the brute force. This time it works. With ease. Oh, this is frustrating. Front to back, a Lin game. Shows his dominance in the matchup. When he was shaking a little bit in TP League against Colorful, this is it. This is peak Lin. LawLiet needs a hero killer or something. It's so hard to do against mirror image. Ow! Okay, Ankh triggered. That's the first kill he wanted to get, needed to get. And he keeps him surrounded, but there is no mana burn, so easy escape. And Lin got what he wanted. He got the tree down. An expansion attempt was, I guess, cancelled. Can LawLiet close the gap in supply on 1 base, 1 base? You don't want to give this up. You know how much money potentially there is when you're on top of Show Cup. potentially $3,000 a week. And Lin is hurt. He got a heal scroll though, and that's big. Also the big invul potion, huge. And stealing experience away. That alchemist only now at the 11:30 minute mark getting level 3 is a problem. But tier 3 is super strong. And it's slowly but steady unfolding. First orb there. Marksmanship ready. Only 1 point of attack, and that's a strong base defense for LawLiet with all the moon juice. Owls making their ways over. AP is making sure Lin is not expanding. Owl abuse. The FFA players among you are probably proud of what LawLiet learned. Unkillable scouts. You see them, but you can't beat them. Oh, LawLiet lost all production buildings. You're right, Chad. I didn't even recognize this. With the Ancient of Wars falling, he can't build any units. So much for closing the supply gap. He can still get the second orb, he can still get upgrades, where he's only 1-0. But that is certainly a flaw. And Lin, he's just soaking up the map, getting a better and better Blade Master. Double claw, triple claw on the blade. And the red spots are still there. Soon you'll learn that you're always right and you'll question your wisdom. That's just wrong. Globe Trotsky, thank you for the sub. 3 years, my man. Much love. Unholy Aura. At least a good item here. Alchemist caught, though. He has an invul potion to get out, but does he really? Because there's so much ensnare. Wonky position. Raiders have a tough time to get close and in range to everything, but LawLiet, he wasn't building anything for 2 straight minutes. Alchemist with 2 crits is just dead. What can you do? The Hex came as a surprise as the build, and now there's no TP. There's no way to get out, and this is the first Show Cup championship for Lin. There's no way around it. 17 supply, 1 base. That is unwinnable. Even if the game crashes, the win would be awarded to Lin. Tough opponent to your first title defense, LawLiet. He had the chance on the first 2 maps to get the W's, but Lin had miraculous comebacks. Then LawLiet had the same on map number 3. Stemming against the defeat with only a bottom. That's so sad to see. Lin doesn't have pillage, but he's expanding. He took care of that AP. He wants the triple orb back, but without an altar. This is too expensive. He cancelled both of them. He got them both back. Alright, but that's the army. The heroes. Only the heroes. Investment into a staff. The orbs are supposed to make it work. Somehow. I don't know how, but somehow LawLiet thinks it's still winnable. He held with the bottom. Lin can expand. Lin can tech the tier 3. Lin can get an 80 food army. The sheep block. Okay, the game's RNG is helping LawLiet to a degree. And it's not level 2 Serpent. I mean, level 2 Serpent was more or less useless against mass archers, who are quite cheap and easy to build. McRainbow, thank you very much for your Prime sub. This Blade Master, by the way, plus 17, crit level 2, just slaughters archers. Where to go? Where to level? Where to find the miracle? nighttime is over and daylight falls. This is round about 350 mana that he can use, plus a little bit of a rad spot here, Medallion of Courage. Okay, still on the ground by the way. Is there a level up around? Level 2 Entangle, could be nice, but once more, trees chopped down, town portal, this is the last line of defense. Another Orb of Venom. Triple orbs, gotta be the carry, plus 0 focus. And it is scary orbs, it is a lot of damage. Lightning shield in me. Oh, the lightning shield hits big in the back line. Can he do something? Something about this? Alchemist turns out to be a dieback. Potem is slaughtering the own archers and there's absolutely no chance. Lynch is pushing forward. This is game and this is a new Show Cup champion. The greatest showman is the greatest orc. 4-2 victory over LawLiet. In incredible fashion on the first maps. Like the later the series went, like, or let's say in the middle of the series, it was rather even. But for LawLiet, in my opinion, a mistake to go for Keeper here. He wanted to surprise, he wanted to do something cheeky, but Lin figured it out immediately and punished it brutally. And he wanted, LawLiet wanted to stay on the throne so bad, even tried with triple orb, 15 pop. And Lynn takes a little break, of course. Celebrate yourself, June Park. You deserve it. And that means it is Lynn versus Labyrinth tomorrow. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn hyped. Is this the first time? Oh no, they played in WSB, I think. But this might be a first time on Back to Warcraft, since Lynn is not playing War 3 Champions tournaments, and we haven't seen Labyrinth outside of War 3 Champions tournament on our streams, right? So yeah, tomorrow might be a first time ever. For me, at least. Maybe I'm forgetting something. That is definitely possible, but impressive. Impressive stuff. T-Burgers, thank you very much for the Prime. And yeah, first time Show Cup champ is Lin. And we move on to game number 7. Will it be a 4-3 after all? There's still $200 on the line. Why would you put Labyrinth through such punishment? Well, because he's the vice champion of War 3 Champions and he has a top 4 finish in WSB. After being crushed in TP League by LawLiet 0-2, Lin shows in a long series who's ahead, and it's clearly him. Will we see some cheeky strategies? Probably not. $200 is $200, so they'll play to the fullest. I may not watch as much as I used to, but as long as you keep the right, as long as you keep right or dying, you'll always have my primer. That's so sweet, my dude. Okay. And for the 7th time in a row is Blade Master vs. Keeper. I was about to say, is this an instant expo? But no. No. It is the last map of the day, though. As once again, I have to flat appointment later. I might be streaming in the evening, but I also got lots of stuff to do. So probably not. We'll see. 50-50 chance for a little ladder stream. LawLiet is playing this without hunts, huh? That's unusual. You buying or renting? Dude, buying. I think we have to have 10 times the sub count that we have now for me to be able to even think about buying a flat. I'll just be happy if someone is renting one to me. Oh no. Oh, close. Man, LawLiet getting the item and experience here is a lifesaver. Freaking crazy how Lynn identifies immediately what's going on, because this is not a normal creep spot. LawLiet just wanted to be left alone. Level 2 shot down with that one last hit. And this is once again ruining LawLiet's early game, isn't it? Creeps are still up, Wisps under attack. Kind of feels like LawLiet is a bit broken again. 40 square meter sells for 250k in Berlin. Yeah. 250k. Don't even know how many zeros that is.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh no, gets the end stand and Archer dies. When it rains, it pours. Well, LawLiet's trying to be cheeky again, expansion in the north. But yeah, this keeper play is not working out too well, is it? I wonder what he comes up with now. He'll not end this series without either a fight or a show. But yeah, this is a slow early mid game with just heroes roaming. Lynn deliberately giving up Blade Master levels multiple times here. Finally some space. Man, give me some me time! There's 2 archers only. Okay, 3 now. And again, the Blade Master knows exactly what's up, right? Okay, we're trying double Expo versus Orc. Yeah, why not? Play whack-a-mole. If this works out, it's great. If not, he tried. And Lynn might allow this, as he's taking a step back. At least a little bit. He'll keep his eyes on whatever LawLiet is doing, of course, but does he expect double expansion? That's outside the norm. Where is that Blade Master? Oh, creeping, okay. Okay, Expo up. Expo up. Are we really going to 3 bases, LawLiet? He delayed his alchemist for a long time and he's stacking. The greed is real. 1 keeper, 3 archers, tier 3, 3 bases. Yeah. I guess why not? Well, this one is going to be clobbered down, and this one will also be lack of production. pot him second. Just mass range triple orb. Lynn takes a sidestep with the Merc. See, this is gonna be a show. LawLiet has a town portal. Very, very small army though. And orbs are far away. Naga third? Could be. Could also be Demon Hunter. And Ancients of Wind. Okay. I wouldn't be too surprised to see something like Mass Ferries, Hippo Riders, something like that. Just because it can. Firelord. Firelord would be nice. And the Owl Annoyance again. Mass Hippo Riders with upgrades. It's easily counterable though by Bat Riders. But it would be cool. Mass Hippos and Chimeras. Everything is possible. Potem and Keeper leveling, being caught now. But who's caught? Mirror Image on Twisted, also not the regular build. Deny! Nice. That Berserker though. Poor soul. Town portal. Blade gets close, doesn't he? Ooh. Okay. Saves the big value one. Second base by Lin. He wants that 5 and 2. For sure. Yeah, double Engine of Wonders can only mean one thing. And it's Talents. Talents on Twisted is a rare sight. And LawLiet is already moving away from his upper left. That means he's not having unlimited resources. He might fool Lin into thinking that this is the only second base and a Hail Mary, but there's the bottom right. And I don't think Lin scouted this yet. Minus armor with Fairy Fire. Then orb on top. Orbs on top. He's covered it before? Ah, I see. Okay. And these poor elves. All their expansions getting destroyed all the time. He did it with a Blade Mirror Image. Oh, okay. Guys, what would I do without you? Just talking more nonsense. A LawLiet strat usually takes a longer time to get online. Lin is not allowing that time, wants to go back to the family. Bottom level 2, Aura unlocked. He had that before though. It's not the greatest one, but he can sell it for another orb. But he can't reach the tavern for a third hero, and that is a problem. Just like this entire orc army is a problem, even with even supply. Fighting with talents behind buildings is always something you want as an orc, as an elf. And this is a big commitment by Lin where he's losing a handful of units. Still 2 base, 1 base. Another kill. That was quite some. It's so hard to reach these units now. God damn it. Lin also stuck with Shaman. Not the walkers he initially wanted. And this is still running. What's next? We're close to a third hero maybe. He deliberately left open 5 pop. He got the gold now. So Firelord or Naga? Or Pitlord? Or just another Talon? Just another expansion. 2 heroes and another expansion. Now we're switching into walkers. Lin just has the greatest idea, doesn't he? Ah, no, he's just walking back into the main. He did quite some damage before. Why not again?
A player's forces are under attack.
Creeping is so fast. Ooh, what orb gets triggered now? The upper left, right? I think the upper left gets triggered first. So as you can see, we got a handful of skeletons here. But you don't get double orb effects. So yeah, that one, not great. Zombie mask on the other side. Switching to fairies. That makes sense. Anti-casters are coming fast and Lynn has a very good idea what's coming. I thought it was the orb you picked up last. Nope. It's always the orb in the upper left, I think. But it doesn't matter now because Orb of Darkness has been sold. You get the double damage though? Yes. And Lynn is just swinging back and forth between main and expo. Little does he know that there's once again a third expo coming. But again, the amount of gold he gets with pillage is absurd. And there we have the fight. Ouch, 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 ouch! All archers torn apart, jumps into the middle of the serpent wards. That's also not to be advised, but yeah, he takes care of the units now, or of a lot of units now. Takes a raider with him as well. Supply lead established, serpent wards done. This lousy headhunter. 1,000 gold in TPs, that's for sure. And Lynn, he probably earned money with this. How much damage, how much gold per hit is pillage? It depends on the percentage of total HP of the building that you attack. So for example, if you attack a Tree of Eternity with a Raider, you get more value as if you attack a Moonwell with a... It's a weird calculation. I should know the number by heart, but don't. I thought it was based on the cost of the building. Yep. Oh, cost or HP? Oftentimes goes hand in hand. Is it the cost? Is it the HP? It's the cost, right? Yeah. Yeah, makes a lot more sense. So, another fight. Enough with the theory craft stuff. Let's brawl, everybody. This is problematic because all the talents are pretty much exposed. Double Orb is still working hard, but with End Snare and this blade, who found Boots of Kel'Thuzad as well with plus 20 damage, this should be easy. 50% of the cost of a building if you destroy it in full. Alright. But it's somehow not easy. Double Orb again showing its strength. Glaives now? For real, LawLiet. Level 4 bottom. That's a nice addition. More owls. We love our owls. And it's a 10 supply lead. This might just be the third win for LawLiet. As Lynn's units are falling rapidly, even without the glaives. Who would have thought? Just gotta be careful to not lose the units to a crit or something. And yeah, that's the TP out. Handful of more units are falling. All the talents are without mana. Whoop. Bottom. Move to the side. And Lynn building Witch Doctor Adept training. I hope there's Warcraft 3 content every day. Lol, I got used to this. This week for sure. Sometimes, like most of the times, even twice per day. That is Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. Actually, Neo, that's not most of the times. You know, maybe I ladder. Oh, there's Thursday's creep check. So there's 3. So there we go. Another fight out in the open. Double heal scroll now. Is that really working too well? Maybe cancel the glaive. I think Lin is owning this fight for what he has. But there's 3 units about to drop once the keeper has... Oh, it has the heal scroll. Nice, so he doesn't have to TP home. Also an invul. He's rather safe. And yeah, damage of double orb, guys. That's surreal. We don't have a staff ready, but it's got protection to help out. Clutch shield on the Raider will probably fall anyway. But 10 supply? I guess it's fine. Oh, the glaive is against the building. Lol. Lin has to respond at some point. And LawLiet is up at 4 bases. Oh my god. Would love to know if that's saturated or not. Could just be an entangled goldmine without the wisp. This of course means that the army is super weak. If it's 20 wisps on gold alone, that's half of it. But then yeah, he wants this to end, doesn't he? One way or another. We're getting close to tranquility once again. Also close to level 6 on the shadow. Oh, 228! Ouch! Careful, man. Invul potion, there's heal scrolls as well. And the crowd control of LawLiet is just too good. Is there a way? Yeah. Dispel to get the Shadow Hunter out of harm's way. Okay, they are saturated. All of them. Sick. Very sick. Just like the nuke on the Shadow. Oh my god, look at the Overvenom work! Keeper, 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 level up! Tranquility, there's no mana. Does he walk it off? Stops for a second. No! Because he stopped, the Serpent Ward was able to attack again. Ugh. That just hurts. And the big invul was on cooldown, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Oh, man. What's the gold count, by the way? Oh, quite a lead. But this is also upkeep versus no upkeep. Ay, 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 ay. That was expensive. How much did he pay for that level 6 hero? Oh, Tranquility is so good. A little sad for the talented they don't get their mana back. We should fix that. Why did we ever remove Twisted from the map pool? Well, before the update, Twisted was not that great, to be honest. Like, of course it produced great games, but it had close positions. The creeping was wonky. The update is what saved Twisted Meadows. So shout out to the map makers. Level 6! Is it time for the Blade Storm again? So far he didn't skill. He has some mana issues as well. Raiders keep on falling, and I think just Lin, as great as his fights are, constantly, it's just too much. Against 4 bases. So again... Oh, 268 crits, dude! Ah, that's sick. Yeah, there's a lot of gold to be working with, everybody. A lot of gold indeed. And that's just the difference in GPM. As Lin is breaking up, Keep now finds another base, but you know what? There's just 3 more.
A town is under siege.
It's so funny how this series is decided already, but they give it all. We got mana for Bladestorm now. We still have mana for Bladestorm now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Owl Scouts for new expansions. Like, why are you still in this game? Well, because he can clobber down expansions quite quickly, as you just saw. Can you prevent the Bladestorm? There's no heal scroll. He's trying. He's trying hard. Look at him go! This is a nice position. He goes for the hero once again. First for the bottom. Now sees the value. Whoa. This was okay. It's oftentimes a little underwhelming seeing this Bladestorm because now he has no mana anymore. He has no mirror image. Tranquility is healing against all of it. And it wasn't cancelled quickly enough. And now Cyclone can ravage through again. All the heroes clumped up with 4 fairies on them. The damage is so sick. Especially if they continue casting in a bit. Oh boy. That's a slaughter. Last mirror image as well. How do you heal this up? Desperately waiting for a heal wave that gives him some ammunition again. 2 ultimates in one fight. When do you ever see that? Rarely. 2 crits in a row for 268, but it's only the Illu, right? Yikes! But Lin, man, he's cleaning this up. Isn't he? We're getting close to Starfall. Little unfortunate that he has 2 channeling ultimates, but hey, if there's no Raider and if there's no Hex, it doesn't really matter. 10 supply gap only. Whose heroes prevail? Only caster unit. That's level 6! And Starfall it is versus Orc. 3 ultimates in one fight! He was trying to lock down the blade within Starfall range. And that is mined out bases. 2200. Even supply. And both are expanding at the same spot. Are you kidding me? What a game. Okay, Lin abandons this boat, goes for a tower. Yeah, the differences in cooldown for Starfall and Tranquility are quite amusing, aren't they?
Players' forces are under attack.
But it's time to close out this game with twin-headed dragons. Haven't seen Chimera in a long time. But I don't think Lin has the forces to deal with them once they're up. LawLiet is banking like crazy. 1300 gold already. Yep. That's a lot of Chimera, that's a lot of heads. And the Staff of Silence, which can be dispelled, but it's also disrupting. The production is going ham. Next expo up. Don't want to be caught here. Jakiro coming. You're watching too many grubby streams, dude. No, we love Dota. We love grubby. 5,000 gold here. 1,300 here. 4,000 gold there. Yeah, this needs an answer soon, but first we get a game. Keeper, big Invo Potion, and then Tranquility on top, of course. And Tranquility is already enough because there's Cyclone. This is a nice position for the talents if they're safe behind the heroes, I guess. So Town Portal or Invo Potion, do you want to stay in this game or do you want to give us... Oh yeah, we're getting them. Chimera's coming, level 7 crit! Whoa. Poor Potham, gotta be safe with her. He's just left alone. He's just left to die. Lin. Don't leave your fellows behind like that. As he's towering up the expo. But he needs answers. quick.
Player's forces are under attack.
Because they're here. They have arrived. 70 magic damage on average. Towers here. And on the other side, we get the opposite. Isn't it gorgeous? Is there ever a bad map on Twisted these days? No. No, he's not. No, it's not.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I think this is coming to a close though. Whenever Lin sees the Chimeras, it's gonna be 6 of them. And it's time to tap out. This blade, oh yeah. Close to level 7 with plus 23. Lin also has 1,000 gold. There's no Nature's Blessing, had to give up an expansion. Oh, here they come! Good luck without solid anti-air. There's another Blade Storm, there's another Tranquility. Gimme that Starfall. We want it all and we get it all. Oh my god, the damage, the regen, everything is off the charts. Look at this fight. This is not a fight. Can't save the walkers, can't save the raiders, can't save anything. Starfall, focus on the blade, and I think this is also what will decide the fight. Can't go into Windwalk thanks to the Staff of Silence. 2 ultimates at the same time. It is glorious. And it's also... It's 3 Chimeras down, right? But there's new ones. He was fighting into the Serpent Wards, which is brave. But at this stage, it didn't really matter anymore. New Chimeras are out. The damage is absurd. LawLiet lost a little bit more than he anticipated, I guess, as Lin cancelled his expansion upper left. He's down to 1 base, but on the other side, it's 0 base. And Tranquility once more, as there's basically no cooldown. Blade Master back. If he crits like crazy, there's double TP, by the way, love it. And it's game. LawLiet wins the game, but Lin wins the series. With 4 and 3. This was fantastic, man. Another 30-minute classic on Twisted Meadows. Show Cup delivers as it comes back into 2023. This was the first series. We have a new champion. LawLiet wasn't able to defend. Granted, his task was really freaking sick. But at least he got 3 wins. At least he got a little bit of money. But that means Lin stays or is now on top of Show Cup. This looks ugly. Is on top of Show Cup. And he will be challenged by Labyrinth tomorrow. Looking real good, man. This Warcraft 3 2023 lining up to be real nice. As of course... this was today. Tomorrow is Lin vs. Labyrinth. Once again, $1,500 up. This will be me casting, of course. Wednesday, oh, this is not entered yet. There is TP League show matches with 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and also some 1-on-1. And then TP League continues with the playoffs with the 2-round GSL-style group stages. And they're lining up to be pretty awesome. TP League continues throughout the entire week. We have the weeklies. We have Creepjack. This is all not entered yet. And on Saturday, it's the ESL Meisterschaft qualifier. Let's take a look what awaits us for TP League. By far, the most important tournament of early 2022. $20,000 on the line. Happy vs 120 as our first game. And Colorful and Cow in the group as well, who challenged Happy before. And then we get Lin, Focus, LawLiet, and Moon. These games, to my knowledge, will all be best of 5. And then on the weekend, probably on Sunday. Is that Sunday? Yeah, right? It is. We have the playoffs with 3 best of 5s and the best of 7 grand final for the TP League. It's all up on Liquipedia, as the Liquipedia people are doing a wonderful, wonderful job over and over. So here are the brackets. Lots of stories here. Undead Mirror, Chinese Night Elf Civil War, Korean, full Korean group with 2 mirror matches there as well. And we get the mirror matches out of the way first round, and then we don't have them anymore later. Pretty damn smart. Guys, this was cool support today. Really, really sweet. Maybe I'm back with a ladder stream later, as I said, if I feel like it, but lots of chores currently, and of course, since Remo is out, for the moment, I gotta carry this weight on my back. We also finished the redesign. We're on the final steps. We are only down to bug fixes, so hopefully for the TP League finals, we can display the new design. I got it running, I got it working, you know, minor tweaks, and then it's the 4th iteration of the Back to Warcraft broadcast. Yeah, feeling good. It's a good start to the year, everybody. Thank you so much for enabling me to do what I love to do. It's not normal. I don't take this for granted that I'm able to make a living from casting a 20-year-old game in front of thousands of people. So yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. Take care. I'll rate you over to, I think Crota was streaming. Someone in chat said. Yes, he is. Okay, so we're gonna raid him and we'll be back for more Warcraft very, very soon. Tomorrow, Lyn versus Labyrinth. You shall not miss this as the show cups continue. Bye-bye.